All right, let's walk through the Windows version of how to install and run Linux on your system. So I'm at openfoam.org, so I guess the start page looks like this. When you go to pull down the download menu, there's a thing that says Run on Windows. Start here. It'll give you some instructions about like how to use this system that's built into Windows called WSL. You shouldn't really need to do anything. Like at least on my Windows, it was already installed, but there is a install guide for that by itself if you need to do it. So I'm going to assume that like you have WSL on your computer. If you don't, you can install it above. But we'll start like down here. So like after you have WSL installed on your computer, you basically just like bring up a command prompt. Let's see if I can do this. Oops. We'll bring up a command prompt. So just type in like command prompt at your search, and it'll bring up a command prompt, and you can install the version of Ubuntu Linux that you want. It's relatively small. Again, this is only going to take up like maybe 2 or 3 gigabytes, something like that. I've already done that on my system, so I'm not going to repeat that here, but if you type that into a command prompt, it will immediately start doing that. Once you actually have that running, you can open up your version of Ubuntu using the WSL command. You can also check, let's see, where are we? Down here. So like one thing that I was doing earlier was checking, it's WSL. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. Oh yeah. After you've actually installed this version of Ubuntu, you can actually access it using just the search command down here. So like if I type in Ubuntu 22.04, which is the version that we just installed, it'll actually appear like as an app. That's actually probably the easiest way to open it, in my opinion. And then that's going to open up. So now it's going to open up a prompt that is actually Linux. So now we are actually in the Linux system. And once we're in there, we can actually let's see, like if I want to show that this is actually Linux instead of like Windows, I think there's a command. It's like lsb release or something like that. lsb release, something like that. Oop, where is that? Did you mean lsb release? I guess. Oh, it's an underscore, sorry. And it'll tell you like what what Linux is installed on your system. So what the current version of Ubuntu that you're running is. So this is version 22.04, which is the one they recommend for OpenFOAM. Okay, once we got that, it's all about installing OpenFOAM itself. So the recommended version is OpenFOAM 13. Boom. OpenFOAM 13 will run on any of these systems, so you don't actually have to install 22.04. You can install some of these more recent ones if you want to. And it's got this whole like thing about like updating your Linux repositories so that you can actually install OpenFOAM. So let me do that. Just copy and paste these over. One. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I guess this asks for your Windows password to get in, hopefully, because otherwise I don't know my password. Okay, great. So it executed that. And then there was another line that it wanted me to copy and paste down here to go get the OpenFOAM repository list. And then I guess I have to press enter to make that go. This part goes really fast. Like I think all of this should take maybe a minute or two. Okay, done. Then we update the package to account for any new repository locations. Update, update, update. Then we install. So this is going to install OpenFOAM 13. And this one does take maybe, I don't know, about 2 or 3 minutes on my computer. Okay, I'm going to pause this because I don't actually know exactly how long it will take. Let's see, does it tell me how big this is going to be? Yeah, it says it needs 119 megabytes worth of archives. So I don't exactly know how big OpenFOAM is, but it's not gigantic, honestly. Okay, let's pause this. All right, that took about, it said it took about 4 minutes to install all of that stuff and download it. When it's done, it leaves this note about please add this line of code to your bash RC file. Or sorry, not your bash RC, your bash RC file. So if you don't know what this is, like a bash RC is essentially like the settings for Linux that get run every time you open a new shell. So essentially it sets up like all the environment, meaning that like this is where Linux will look for your OpenFOAM executables. It tells Linux how to do that. So basically it needs to run this line of code within your bash RC file. So you just copy that and paste it into this file. So just so you know, like this file, this little tilde here means that this is your home directory. So in fact, we're already at the home directory right now. Your home directory, and then and then like within that directory, the file .bashrc. The dot indicates that it's a hidden file, so any file that starts with a dot is hidden. So like if I use the list command, that file is not going to show up. But I think there's a way to get them to show up. I think that's if I do like /a, it'll show all the hidden files. Like you'll see that there's this hidden file bash rc. We can open that up. There's actually lots of different ways to open this up. I haven't tried this on Windows, but I think Nano is like a basic text editor that can do this. Bash RC. Now that we're in here, basically like you can use your keyboard to get to the bottom of this file. And then you just, oh, it looks like I've already done this before. Then you just cut and paste this line of code into the bottom of like that file. You can see all this other stuff that's being set up here. So after you do that, you'll see like all these little things at the bottom of the screen that kind of tell you how to navigate within this like super basic text editor. So the two keywords that you need to know is this control, that's the caret O, writes out, or in other words, saves files. So like if I do control O, it'll ask me to like write the file out to .bashrc, which will just like save the file. Or if I do control X, if I haven't saved, it'll ask me if I want to save. So you can just do control X to get out of that when you're done, and that'll bring you back to the prompt. So let's see, what else did we need to do here? Let's see, we got that installed. Everything should run from here. So it does say that you can do some stuff to, update like any OpenFOAM stuff in the future. But this one was installed recently, I guess. I couldn't have done it more than a couple of days ago, so I'm not too worried about that. For the user configuration, this is what we just did. So it suggests using this editor gedit to insert stuff into the bash rc file and then copy and pasting this to like the last line. If you want to test whether OpenFOAM is working, it suggests like using this command foam run /help. So let's check. And so foam run, oops, so that's not going to work because I put a C at the end of it. So foam run is the file that actually runs to run simulations. It's like it's an app that runs to run simulations, and the -help basically asks for the usage, like how you use this from the command line. If this executes, then that means that it knows that OpenFOAM is on the system and has run it. So when I asked for help, it gives me the help. It like tells me what all the options are that can be used with OpenFOAM to run stuff, and those are the things. It doesn't. We're not really going to do this, so we don't care. But like this, shows us that OpenFOAM 13 is actually running right now.